Okay, we got some random strong opinions here, and I think some of these will make people angry. Just keep in mind, they're just people's random opinions. It might be a little bit strong. They're coming from other people, not from us. So don't get mad when I get to this one. That's the third thought that I know is going to make people a lot upset. One person said here in their random strong opinion, if we haven't talked in a couple years, there's literally no need to stop and say hi to me in public. Okay. Have you ever had that where, and the one thing that's tough is it might be somebody you haven't seen in 15 years. I had this yesterday. I ran into somebody I probably haven't seen in 15 years. And it took me a second. Like, okay, wait a minute. I definitely know that then it clicked. I'm happy I saw them. It was great to say hello. But there have been other times where I was in the middle of it. In fact, I had told you like not long ago, I was on my little walk with the Queen. It was hot. I felt like I was getting heat stroke, and I saw somebody that I knew kind of well, and they were coming in the opposite direction. I put my head down, kind of looked the other way because I'm like, I just don't have it in me to stop and talk to somebody right now. And I felt a little bit guilty about it, but I'm like, I couldn't go around it.
Well, I consider where it's coming from. If it's not personal, a lot of times when I do that, it's because I'm not in the right headspace. And I've tried to do that when I'm not in the right headspace. And I look like a weirdo. So I try to avoid it so there's not an awkward moment. And it's not because I don't want to talk to you. It's because I'm not there mentally.
What's tough is sometimes you're in a rush. You have to be someplace on a time frame, and you don't feel like you can give the person the amount of time that is going to come off but anything but rude. So I'll be like, hey, I got to run. It was great seeing you. And I know they think I'm lying, but there are times where that happens. I'm like, hey, it's good seeing you. I got to get out of here. And they're like, he doesn't have to go anywhere.
Oh, that's
what are you talking about?
That's such a terrible excuse to give.
Terrible, but it's like, at the same time, I'm like, gosh, of course I run into somebody I see and I have no time at all. I'm already late.
I got to run. I got to get out. What a jerk.
I know, exactly. It's tough. I don't know the right thing to do. They say there's literally no need to stop and say hi to me in public. That's what some people think. I'm wondering where that is. Do you love those random conversations? And I think it's depending upon the person, too.
Now, if it's Saturday morning and I got nothing going on, I love talking to people. I mean, I really do love talking to people out in the wild. But you're right. Those moments where you really have no time. We have an event. You have to go and run and stop and get a prop that someone forgot. You're in there and you're like, oh, my gosh, I got to get out of here. I'm running late.
Right. Exactly. So
how do you get out of that, politely?
It's tough. It's tough. You're right. Because I don't do it well. And I can always tell when I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. It's good seeing you. They're like, right.
Yeah. It's so unnatural.
Yeah. He's such a jerk. Okay. Another random strong opinion. If you don't replace the toilet paper roll when you notice it's out, you are a monster. You're even worse if you put it on incorrectly. And yes, there is a correct way. Yeah, I try to be very good. When I see it out, I know that's a peeve of my wife, so I try to replace it. And then sometimes I think she gets me back if she feels like I didn't replace it fast enough, or there was, because look, sometimes I don't know when to replace the roll because there's maybe 5 or 6 sheets still left on the roll. To me, that seems a little wasteful. I think my wife sees that sometimes as like going, you know what, that lazy SOB just didn't want to replace it.
5 or 6 sheets? I mean, that's only good for maybe...
You're probably going to have to change it halfway through.
That's not that many sheets in my opinion. Or am I a little too bountiful with my sheets?
I don't know. That's a good question. So, I mean, I think there has been a time when I didn't replace it because I felt like there was enough. But yeah, maybe, mid-poo, you've got to change the roll yourself, and then that can be very aggravating.
I'm just saying, if I went to the bathroom and I saw only 6 sheets left, we're not going. We have to replace toilet paper.
So I think there's a passive-aggressive game happening in my house because that happens. And I do try to be good at replacing the toilet paper. Then I come back, and I've even had like a serious conversation. I sat her down, my wife, and I said, look, there is a right way to put this on. I said, you keep putting the toilet paper roll on, so the toilet paper is running down the wall. I said, I can't live like that. I said, that's just insane to me. The toilet paper has to go over the top, so it folds out. I said, there's just not even a debate on that. And she always, every time, puts it on so it goes right down the wall. Every time.
Let me ask you this. You have a brand new toilet roll. You drop it on the bathroom floor. The floor is not completely, It's not the cleanest. It's not that dirty. It's not the cleanest.
I still use it because I consider where it's going. It's going to my tuchus anyway. I mean, you're already going to be dealing in funk.
You don't care about spider eggs or anything like that.
I'm good. Okay, here's the one that I think is going to be a little controversial. This random strong opinion says cats are gross. Cat people are gross too. Cats poop in a box, walk in the litter, and then they jump on the countertops and the furniture. Sick and dirty. You're all animals. Okay.
I think
inflammatory.
Animal people, I think, look at the world differently than people who don't have animals. You're right. If you have animals, you're kind of a little bit more... You're not afraid of grossness like other people are. I learned that by having my sweet Chewy, rest in peace. I was grossed out by certain things. After taking care of him, my grossness level went way... My threshold went up. I was fine. I was
as much.
Not at all, really. No, it's kind of like having a kid. I think.
Okay.
You get used to the poop, don't you?
Yeah, I think you have I think you have more tolerance for it when you're kind of in it all the time.
You're in a war.
Mm-hmm. This random strong opinion says more than 3 toppings on a pizza is too much.
I disagree. I think we all should unite and not fight when it comes to pizza.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. I love loading up kind of basically a veggie pizza. And, to me, I would actually say the opposite. I'd say the more toppings, typically the better, as long as they all work and play nicely together.
I mean, the big knock on my pizza career is that I don't get toppings on my pizza. I do cheese, extra sauce.
You get like a little kid pizza.
It's been controversial my entire pizza career.
Yeah, well, that's how you live, man. That's how you live. All right, got a couple of comments here. I'm getting blasted because I leave 5 to 6 rolls, sometimes only on a roll of toilet paper without changing it.
That's wild.
That is wild.
You need a little bit more paper if you're. I mean, what do you do? Six sheets is what you wipe the toilet off with.
Yeah, I think the right move is you got to then take that roll and leave that out for someone to finish, but then you have a fresh roll waiting right there on the dispenser. I think that's probably the right play. I need to change my game. Okay, I asked if there was literally no need to stop and say hi to me in public. That was the first random strong opinion. 53% of people agree. That's almost a 50-50 split.
So when you see somebody in public, they kind of don't want to see you?
Half of the people don't really care to see you and rather you not say anything. The other half would be offended, I'm sure, and upset if you don't. So that puts you in quite a bind, doesn't it? Because you don't know what half they're on.
I have definitely seen people see me and turn the other
Yes,
way.
I could tell them. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm not going to run them down.
And I'm not offended. I get it.
I'm cool with it. I'm good. I get it. If you want to talk to me, I understand. And more than 3 toppings on a pizza is too much. Only 31% of people agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is not the norm.